Hi guys. All right, so this is the person on your mind bonus. Does not have to be romantic, okay? This is just somebody that's on your mind. It doesn't matter if you guys are in separation or not. They could just be in your life and you're just curious how they feel. I know a lot of you guys wanted me to do like a reconciliation or, separation sort of situation. I don't think that's really a good one to do during Mercury retrograde, so I'm going to wait till later once that's over and then we'll take a look at that. But for now, let's see person on your mind through each sign, okay? Starting with Aries. The person on your mind, how do they feel about you right now? For Aries. It's been happening all day with my personal readings. Nothing wants to pull. The person on your mind for Aries. Sorry about that, guys. Oh boy. Okay, Aries, I don't know what kind of situation you're in with this person, but they do have some regret about something that happened between the two of you. They are considering leaving your life if they haven't already. There could have even been fights over money or over somebody having more than the other person. You guys have some sort of, I would say, like telepathic connection to some degree. They're really seeking stability. They're really seeking something that's permanent, and they really don't feel like you guys see things the same way. So whether that's emotionally, financially, whatever the case, they just feel like, it's time for them to move on. And they also have what looks like a little bird whispering in their ear. So somebody that could be a close friend, lover, a family member that's going, I think you're right about Aries, or, I never really liked Aries, something like that. So just keep that in mind, okay? Moving on to Taurus, the person on your mind. How do they feel about you currently? Come on, cards. Work with me. I'm hearing SMA. The person on your mind is having issues outside of you, so this has nothing to do with you. So if you haven't heard from them or you think that they're acting a little bit distant, this is why. They're having financial issues. They're having family issues. They are being judged incorrectly for something else at home and or in the workplace, and they're feeling kind of lost, distracted by something. I'm getting moody music now playing, so ow, please don't do that to me. And they're feeling temperamental in general. They're really protecting their space and their energy. I really don't think this has anything to do with you. So I wouldn't take any of this personally. Ultimately, in time, the two of you will come to some sort of agreement. I wouldn't say reconciliation, because it doesn't look like there's an issue that you would need to reconcile, so to speak. But once their burden is dropped, I do feel like the two of you will come together on some sort of emotional level. Again, doesn't have to be romantic, and you guys will find that stability that you're both seeking again, okay? I believe they'll reach out to you, so you don't have to be like wondering if you're the person that should reach out. Give them some space, give them some time to deal with whatever it is they're dealing with. Moving on to Gemini. Gemini, I'm getting excited for yours. I don't know what that's about, so something's brewing here. Person on your mind for Gemini. How are they currently feeling about you? Gemini, I'm almost feeling like they have not multiple personalities, but kind of. And I'm seeing CH. They could be distant or at a distance right now, and they are in a bit of isolation. They may have said something, done something, and kind of gotten themselves into a bit of trouble. Again, doesn't have to be about you. It could be just in general. They are working towards some sort of goal, and they feel like they're not getting to that goal fast enough. So again, I don't really feel like you're necessarily the issue. I feel like, all right, I guess you are a little bit of the issue. They feel like they can't trust you, whether they can or not. And of course, this could be across watchers, guys. It could be reversed. It can always be reversed. So please keep that in mind. But it does look like they're protecting their peace. They feel like they can't trust you. Now, they do have something outside of you that's going on. So, I'm not saying this was all about you, but there's something damaging this connection. And in time, will they have regret? Possibly, especially if you are in any sort of partnership with this person, like romantic partnership with this person. But I don't see it healing. I feel like one of you is supposed to, if it's romantic, supposed to be with someone else, okay? And if it's not romantic, just take it as like, it's really hard to have any sort of connection. It doesn't matter what that connection is to somebody that doesn't trust you. So it's probably in your best interest, whatever's happening right now, okay? For Cancer, the person on your mind. How do they currently feel about you, Cancer? The person on your mind. How do they currently feel about you? Somebody's doing a cleanse of some sort. They want to work towards some sort of goal with you. Again, doesn't have to be romantic. This could even be like a business partnership. It looks like they feel pretty good about you. There is a little bit of hesitation because they don't know exactly how you feel. One of you could have some childhood wounds that could affect this connection as well. But all in all, I would say this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. I don't see any like red flags here. I don't feel like this person wants to leave your life. I don't feel like you want to leave their life. Could you not climb my leg? Cancer, so far, I will tell you right now, I see this person reaching out to you at some point, or you reaching out to this person and like, hey, let's go get coffee, drinks, whatever the case. I don't think you guys have problems. And if you do, they're so mild that it's not even pulling. Moving on to Leo, the person on your mind, Leo. I'm seeing a Buddha head. The person on your mind. Can we please just get it under control? Don't mind the little rescue kittens. They're just a lot today. They're a lot. My legs look really bad. Oh boy. They may have done something to you, or you may have done something to them. Again, this can always be reversed, and it's made one of you lose some sort of stability and trust. The future plans that you two may have had together, and again, does not have to be romantic, is probably going to be brought to a pretty big halt, at least for a while. It's become a burden, and somebody's energetically detaching. Regardless of if you reach out, again, I don't know that if you're even in separation, but if somebody was to reach out, it does not look like it's going to be taken very well. One of you is watching the other one and feeling like the wounded warrior. Like there's nothing to stand on anymore with this person. Like you guys just, it's almost like you're living completely different lives outside of each other, and neither one of you would be able to attain that frequency of the other one, okay? And it almost looks like this person's like a thief to some degree. Somebody else has a dog you can't trust, so keep that in mind. Ultimately, one of you is going to end up moving. There could be a fight and hesitation, but I don't see any stability or anything working out here. Moving on to Virgo, the person on your mind. Ow, can we please stop climbing me? The person on your mind for Virgo. This is ridiculous. Okay, let's not do that. Okay, Virgo. Okay, Virgo. They realize that, you know, regardless of what this relationship is, it does not have to be romantic. They realize they have not put in a lot of effort. They realize that you seek stability. You seek somebody who you can always count on, that you don't have to second guess. One of you definitely has trust issues, and I do feel like it was brought on through something that happened between the two of you. This isn't just like trust issues because, like, you know, you had your ball stolen when you were 5 years old. This is like a trust issue because somebody betrayed the trust, even if it was minor. There's some justice that's being sought here, and I do feel like at some point one of you is going to reach out and try to reconcile this to some degree and try to manage this in a different manner, try to meet the other person halfway. And I guess you could. Like, as far as now, right? I do feel like if there's been some sort of bitterness between the two of you, you guys could work it out. If there's been some sort of burden between the two of you, you guys could still heal from this. Whatever happened, I don't think was like a major event. But you both have to be on the same page. You both have to want the exact same outcome. Otherwise, like, what are you fighting for, right? There is sincerity here, though. There is empathy here. So whether it's on both sides, one side, I do feel like there's still the possibility of working this out. Okay. Moving on to Libra, the person on your mind. How do they currently feel about you? For Libra, the person on your mind, how do they currently feel about you? Ooh, they're overthinking this big time. They'd love to make some sort of offering to you, but there's a lot of hesitation. I don't, again, doesn't have to be romantic, right? But I think that they don't really know where they stand in your life. They're unsure of if you have space for them or if, you know, how you two would even cooperate. And they are guarding their energy a little bit. They may prematurely walk out of your life and regret it. And it's not because they don't see your value. It's nothing like that. It's really an insecurity issue. Okay, it's really a them issue. Of course, this could be reversed, but they will in time try to manifest something with you. And again, the ball's in your court. If this is an important connection to you, regardless of what the connection is, give them some space to like work out whatever inner demons they have. And in time, they will come back with that presence that you need, that, you know, that sincerity, that understanding, that offering of whatever it is the two of you are going through, okay? For Scorpio, the person on your mind, how do they currently feel about you, Scorpio? I'm seeing clips of something, but I don't know what it is. Something that would jog a memory for you or make you feel nostalgic. And divine timing. Okay, in divine timing, Scorpio, one of you is going to see the person for who they really are and realize that the investment isn't really worth it. That, you know, one of you was giving more than the other person. You could have went to bed feeling like, ow, can you stop? Kind of like lost, or feeling like maybe you were being led astray. Or maybe this person's words weren't matching their actions. Again, this could still be reversed, okay? So keep that in mind. I do see in divine timing somebody making some sort of offering for change. It's like, hey, can we get through this? But the damage will already be done. So I don't see this being a long-term friendship, business partnership, love interest, because that time that you two end up not seeing eye to eye or speaking or whatever ends up happening to the two of you, it's going to cause such like a major issue that I don't see one of you isn't going to want to work this out anymore. It's like, okay, let's just cut the ties while we can. Moving on to Sagittarius, the person on your mind. Please, would you get down? Moving on to Sagittarius, the person on your mind. How do they currently feel about you, Sagittarius? I'm hearing spirits in my head. Somebody has spirits around them. John, that's for you. A fight over who's more invested, or if somebody's invested in general. Okay, is there going to be some regret? Yes, but karmically, you have to believe that this is happening for a reason, whether it's so that you guys can connect on the same plane, or if it's because, you know, the universe is like, listen, like this person and you just don't mesh well together. Okay, ultimately you're going to have an option in time. Okay, again, this does not have to be romantic, Sagittarius, keep that in mind. There's going to be a time, I don't know where you are on the timeline. My legs are bleeding right now. Where you're going to have to decide where you're invested. Are you, now you have options, right? Are you going to be invested in this person regardless of what the relationship looks like? Are you going to put your best foot forward? Are you going to give this person what they need, and vice versa? And when you come to that realization, it's going to vary Sagittarius to Sagittarius. Yes, okay, I want the exact same thing as you, and I'm going to work really hard to get it. Hey, this is what I wanted. This isn't what you wanted. So why are we still doing this? Make sure you don't let your, or their, like, make sure you're not bringing childhood wounds into play either, because, you know, sometimes we're so afflicted with things that bothered us from our past, we can't understand somebody that may not be trying to trigger us. Maybe, you know, it's a us problem. We don't really know, right? But ultimately, I see detachment and dropping a heavy burden and feeling like lighter afterwards. It's like, okay, this else worked really well in the end, or it really didn't work really well in the end. But I know that the universe has guided me through this, and it's exactly how it's supposed to be, okay? I swear to God, I'm going to scream. Please stop digging holes in my leg. Moving on to Capricorn, the person on your mind. So far, Capricorn, Cancer is the only one that has a positive one. The person on your mind, how do they currently feel about you? They have a lot of compassion for you. There may have been some issues that they have to work with personally. I don't really feel like you afflicted anything on them, or vice versa, but there is somebody going through a period of needing to heal from something, adjust to something, deal with something, and it doesn't have to be within your relationship, but they can't keep letting it affect their relationships, okay? And of course this can be the other way around, but it really comes down to like how long you're going to allow this feeling to jeopardize your relationships, you know, whether they're romantic and work, or it doesn't really matter, right? You can't keep doing this. And especially when this person does have sincere feelings for you and vice versa, and there is a lot of care, and they do kind of isolate or ghost when they're freaking out. And I think that obviously that's going to affect any relationship. It doesn't matter what kind of relationship it is, but ultimately they will find some sort of stability with you and conversation. And I think whatever kind of relationship this is, I do feel like it could be beneficial to the both of you once somebody learns to heal. I don't know if that's therapy. I don't know what that looks like to that person, but it needs to be worked out. Moving on to Aquarius, the person on your mind, Aquarius. How do they feel about you? What does that look like? For Aquarius, the person on your mind. Doesn't want to pull. Of course it doesn't. I'm seeing a lizard. Major changes will be happening between the two of you. Something that's unexpected. Something that you don't see coming right now. Okay, this does look like a future event, but I don't know where you are in the timeline. Something that's going to make somebody go, well, geez, I thought we were on the same page. Doesn't matter if it's work, love, okay? And there's some anxiety. Ultimately, do I think the two of you could work through this? Yes. Somebody has to give just as much as the other person, and they can't let their, I guess, alter ego affect this, or their rage, or whatever it is, okay? This could just be a temporary change in this person's personality just because of something else they're going through, because ultimately I see the two of you finding a way to make this the 10 of Cups, finding a way to make this easy on the both of you so that you both win, okay? And moving forward together. And for Pisces, the person on your mind. How do they feel about you currently, and what does that look like? And I'm seeing Africa for some reason. Some of you, it's South America. And a woodpecker. Person on your mind for Pisces. What does that look like? Oh, Pisces. Person on your mind's pulling as the devil. They could have addictions. They could be codependent. They could be toxic to you. They value you in certain ways and not in others. So maybe they only see you sexually. Maybe they only see you financially. Maybe they only see you for what you can do for them. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's saying, regardless of how you feel about this person, whether you think it's a soulmate or your best friend or whatever the case, you need to be putting your guard up and putting better boundaries in place, because ultimately this person would throw you under the bus for themselves. And do we want a friendship like that? Do we want any sort of partnership like that? No, we don't. Will they try to make it right with you several times over and try to change? Yes. Ultimately, I don't see change happening, but you're going to have to make that judgment call. Obviously, it's going to vary Pisces to Pisces, but it's saying here you should walk away, that you have something better coming. Now, whether that's a business partnership, romance, or a new tribe of friends, it's saying ultimately giving up a situation where you're not getting 110% is going to bring in 110%. So again, I don't care who this person is to you, but it's clear that they don't love you 100%. And again, doesn't have to be romantic. They don't value you 100%. They see things in you that they need, and that's why they're in your life. And will continue to try to come back in your life. That's going to be a you issue. You're going to have to deal with that accordingly. All right, guys. Well, that's it. They weren't the best. Cancer, you were all right. And I will be getting at more bonuses.